Hi guys, welcome to this week's video. In this video, we are going to let Pinterest pick my projects. I just did my last market of the season, so now I have all the time in the world to make as much stock as I can for my website. And so I want to try some new things. I want to see what Pinterest wants me to make. So basically, I'm going to open my Pinterest app and the first crochet item that I see on there is what I'm going to be making. Now, I use Pinterest for all kinds of inspiration, so there's probably a lot of things in there that aren't crochet, but I'm only picking things that are actually crochet projects. I'm not gonna like see a regular dress and try and make it crochet, if that makes sense. But I'm going to screen record so you guys can see, and I don't think I've opened the app at all today. It's pretty early in the morning, but let's see what Pinterest wants me to make first. Okay, the first thing I see is this scarf, and that's pretty funny because I made a scarf similar to this in last week's video, I think, but this has a lot more fun colors and the tassels look interesting. They're like twisted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get the colors as accurate as I can, but I don't want to buy any yarn for this project because this whole thing behind me is full of yarn. I do not need to buy more yarn, so I'll get it as close as possible. But this looks fun. It kind of looks scrap yarny, so maybe I can use some of my scrap yarns, but this is super exciting. Let's just get started. Let me go pick out some yarn. Okay, I picked out all of these colors. I think that there's even more than this in the image, but I'm gonna start with this, and like this one's pretty thin, this one's pretty thin, so when I run out, I'll just replace it with another color that I saw in the image. This is a navy blue, by the way. I know it looks black, but it's dark blue. So I have navy, a maroon, gray, orange, green, darker yellow, a brown, and a lighter yellow. Now, lucky for me, I just made a scarf with a similar stitch pattern. I believe that this is the moss stitch. It's super easy. It's just single crochets and chains. So I already know how many I need to chain. I think I'm gonna do a chain of 200 or 201, but the one is a turning chain. You get it. And probably use like a 6mm hook, and we'll just get started. I'm going to start with the navy blue because that's what I see first, go in that order that I showed you, and then like I said, when I run out of something I'll just attach a new color. But like I know I have more of this mustard, I have more of the maroon, I have more of the green, but we'll see because there's a couple like teals and light blues in there. And I don't really have a light blue right now, I think, but I do have a teal. So I'll probably add that in there once I run out of one of these colors. But let's start this first project that Pinterest picked for me. Okay, I just finished row 1 and I tied on my second color here. It's kind of hard to see just because they're both dark colors, but I did end up chaining a few more for my starting chain just so that way it'd be a little bit longer. I think, you know, longer scarf the better, but so far so good. The first couple rows are always like take the longest because I do a chain and then I slip stitch all the way back down it and then I start the moss stitch. So this is technically 1, 2, 3, it's like my 3rd or 4th row with this maroon color, but 2nd of the actual moss stitch, if that makes sense. And I'm just now realizing that I'm going to have a million ends to weave in, but that's okay, I can handle it. I don't have the picture pulled up right now, but I don't remember like how many rows it is, but I'll be sure to make sure that I do the same amount of rows. And you know, colors, I'm gonna go as accurate to the photo as possible. And then I've also been thinking about the tassels we saw on the picture, and they're kind of like twisted, and there's not like I don't know, it's not like a normal tassel. So that's something that I'll have to figure out, like what exactly they did there, because I don't know how to do that, but I'm sure it's not too hard. But let's keep working on. Okay, I just finished my first set of colors. I was really kind of concerned about the colorway at first. It did not look cute, even though the photo looks very cute, but I think it looks really good. I haven't completely ran out of color yet, but this dark yellow is very sparse, and the rest I have plenty of colors, but I'm getting a little hungry, so I'm gonna make some lunch really quick, and then we'll get back and I'll pull out more colors if I need to, but this looks really good. I really like it. Yeah, here's my end situation so far. And on the other side, but maybe that's what they use the tassels with, but I definitely am not leaving them long enough, so the tassel situation we may have to come up with a better plan or think about later, but it looks really good. And guys, this project actually goes really fast. Like if you need a quick project, the moss stitch is really fast, especially if you're only doing it in like 1 or 2 colors and you don't need to switch every row like I am. But it's working out really good. I think I'm probably like 1/3 of the way through maybe, so we'll check back in a little bit. It is now almost 2 o'clock. I think this took like, I don't know, 2-3 hours, but I am done, except these are all my ends. And I still don't know what to do about the tassel situation. So I don't know if I should just weave these in and just have like a plain scarf. I think that's kind of what I'm leaning towards, to be honest. I think this looks pretty similar to the photo. I'll get a good photo of mine and we can do a little side by side at the end. But I think I'm gonna weave these ends in and then we have to pick our next project. I'm curious to see what it'll be. I do have a movie tonight, so I plan on working until I need to go. I don't really have much else I need to do today except for take some photos of some products. But I should have done it earlier because it's 2 o'clock and it's like so dark. I know it probably doesn't look super dark in the camera, but it's really dark. I feel like it might rain soon or something. But I'm gonna put this to the side and put away all of this yarn that I have out, and then we can pick our next project. Okay, it is time to pick our next project. So I'm opening Pinterest again. Okay, we're gonna ignore the your saves. And the next thing I see is this poncho here. I think that that would be a good thing to make, a white one with some red trimming. Let me see if I have white yarn. Okay, I should have enough white yarn to do this, and I definitely have red. I have a very bright red, and then I have that same kind of like maroon color that we used in the scarf. So I think I need a little bit of a break though, so I'm just gonna take a few minutes and do something else, and then we can start working on this poncho. And it's pretty obvious, like it's giving me things that I have looked up before, which makes sense, but I'm hoping to get 3 projects in this video. So if we do this poncho, and then maybe it'll give us something new the next go around, but we shall see. Okay, my camera's about to die, so I'm gonna be quick, but I did take a nap earlier because I'm seeing a movie tonight and it doesn't even start till 9:30, so I'll be out late. But I got about 17 rows done and I need to do 24 before I can start my first red row. But it's going slow now, obviously, as it's growing, but I'm gonna sit here and work for a little bit more. It's about 7 o'clock, and then I will probably pick back up with you guys tomorrow to finish this up. But so far so good. Good morning, guys. It is the next day, and before my movie last night I was actually able to get all 24 rows of the white done, so we're gonna move on to adding the red. I think we have like 5 or 6 rows left and then we'll be done, which is super exciting. It's about noon. I kind of had a busy morning. I just created a custom listing for the African flower cardigans, so you're able to easily order those now, which is super nice. And then someone came to pick up a package from me. Yeah, all of that took forever. The custom listing took so long because I put in pictures of every single yarn color that you could get, and that was like, I don't even know, like 46 different colors. But we'll see how it goes. I am not 100% sure if I set it up right. I mean, I tested it myself, but we just have to hope that people actually list all the colors they want in their description. Otherwise, I'll just have to contact them, which is not that big of a deal. But I am going to start working on the poncho. Again, I don't know, I might leave and get myself a coffee at some point, but we shall see. I think that I want to get some work done on this first, and then yeah. And this is how much this is. I have like 3 of the same reds in my stock right now. Well, they're not the same, they're all different, but vary slightly. This is like a little bit brighter than the maroon that we used in the scarf, but it's not my brightest red. So I think that this is a good pick. I just hope that it is enough, which we shall see if it is. But I'm just gonna get this going. I want to finish this today and start our next Pinterest project, which I think we can do. We just got to put some work in. So let's get started. Okay, this poncho is getting very, very big and long. Now, in the photo, they would have another 2 set of red and then 1 of white, but I think I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna do a single crochet border of red all the way around here, and then maybe around the neckline too, and then we'll call this one good there. I think that my yarn just must be bigger, so it's getting really long really fast. I finished the poncho. All my ends are woven in. You may have noticed I added a border around the neck. I added that border around the bottom to kind of match the picture more, and I'm not adding tassels. I don't think it's necessary because, again, this one's really long, but this is still inspired by that Pinterest photo that we saw, and I really like it. And I will try it on for you guys when we finish all of our projects for this video, just so that way we can do it all in one go. This guy is big, so I guess now it's time to pick our next Pinterest product. Okay, I'm opening Pinterest. Let's see what it wants to pick for me. Ooh, okay, so the first thing I'm seeing is this collage photo of balaclavas, and I've actually never made one of these. I know they were really popular last year, but this is cool, and there's a lot here to choose from, so we can make whatever we want. I see some that have like a little scarf attached, some that are just like the hood, some that have like an I-cord around it with a tie. I really like that, but I don't know if I can do that, but I'm sure we could figure it out. We're gonna hunt around for a pattern first, I think, and then we can get started on this. And if I do end up finding a pattern, I will let you guys know, and I will link it down below. But obviously the granny squares are simple enough. We can make a granny square. I just don't know what style of balaclava I want to go for. So okay, I decided that I have a lot of shades of green here, and that's kind of the vibe I'm going to go for, as well as white. So shades of green and white, and I'm going to start with making the granny squares. Okay, I made my first square here. I think I'm going to do them all different, like all the same greens but different orders, but it looks really cute. So let's just keep making these, I guess. It's been a few days. It is the morning after Halloween. That's why I look dead inside, because I am. But I want to finish this hood because I can't stop thinking about it, and I haven't worked on it in a few days, and I really want to see how it turns out. But I finished all 4 granny squares. I decided to go with the version where it's just the granny squares on the head, and then it's like ribbing around the neck, and then we'll put a border around it, and I'm gonna try and make a tie so you can cinch it and tie it into a bow. But these are the squares. I wove in all my ends as I went. Again, they're all the same colors, just in different orders, so it looks kind of scrappy, but it's still cohesive. And this is the color I decided to go with, like as the main color for the ribbing, only because I have a ton of it. So that's why I decided that. But I think I found a YouTube tutorial for the bottom band. I'm sure it's really simple, but I have no brain power to think about it right now, so I need someone to just tell me what to do so I don't have to think about it. But I think I have to sew these together first, and then I can start the ribbing. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll catch back up with you guys once we start doing something cool. Okay, this is taking so long. The ribbing is taking forever. I have this much done, and that took me like 35 minutes. I am almost done with going around the squares in the back, and then I have to go into every single stitch around this chain, which is like the part that goes under your chin. Like, obviously it's a lot of ribbing, but holy crap, like I think I'm going so slow today, and I'm so over it. But it's looking really cute. I'm glad I used this green color. I think it'll look really cute. But I guess also, like, once I finish this, it's basically done, so I shouldn't complain too much because it's very close to being done. I am nervous about making the border around the face, but I think I just need to try it on after I finish this ribbing band around the bottom, and then it'll give me a better idea of how that will look, and maybe give me a better idea of how I should do it, because my first thought was just to do like a couple rounds of single crochet around, and then I will make a chain, slip stitch back down the chain, and then weave it like through the single crochet stitches around the face that I do. But if this is already kind of tight around the face, then I shouldn't do 2 rows of single crochet. I should just do 1, or maybe 0. Or if it's really big around the face, then I can do more than 1. I think honestly the more rows the better, just because I think that'll look better when you have a tie going through it. But I don't know. I think it's something that I'm gonna have to play with a little bit, but it won't take too long for that. Also, I think that I sewed these together in the most inconvenient way possible. I don't know why. Like I said, my brain is moving so slow today, so that's probably why, but I did it in such a goofy way, but it's done, so it's fine. I just have a bunch of ends to weave in. I feel like if I would have sat down and thought about it, then I could have figured out how to have less ends than I do right now. But besides this ribbing taking forever, like, I love this project and I want to make more. But like, if I make another one, I know how to do it better, and then I think I will like it even more. And I want to play around with different kinds of granny squares. Like, you don't have to just do the classic granny squares on this. You could do any kind of granny square. And I think that it would look so sick. Like, I make these peace sign ones, and I think that that would look so cool. And the peace sign ones, there's a lot less holes in the design. So then, like, it's probably like extra warm, you know? I definitely think that I will be making more of these. And I hope that you guys love them too, because you'll probably see a ton of them on my website. Because I think that this is going to be another project that I get addicted to making. Or maybe it'll be like a free time thing, because the squares were like really casual to make, and since I weaved in all my ends as I went, like having all the squares here today, like that part went fast. I sewed them up and then basically now we're done, you know? So if I just make 4 squares in my free time and then another day I'm like, oh, I don't know what to make, then I can make one of these. And 4 squares is like nothing when you think about it. And then maybe if I make more, I would try to do, instead of ribbing, just more granny squares, but all the ones that I see, it just looks so loose, you know? And you want it to be relatively tight around your neck to keep you warm. But what do I know, I guess. I'm just now getting onto the chain around the neck, so hopefully this will go pretty quick. And then I think after this, I'm going to stop weaving my ends, and then I'll do the part around the face, so that way I don't have so much to do at the end. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update because I felt like I was watching a YouTube video while I was working on this, and it was like a 35-minute video, and I felt like I made little to no progress. But after talking about it with you guys, like, it's not too bad. I'll catch up with you guys in a minute. Okay, I think that actually took me an hour to do the whole bottom and weave in the ends that I have, but it's done. I'm gonna try it on. I'm nervous, guys. I'm nervous to try this on. It looks like a submarine helmet. I feel like it looks like a submarine helmet. Did I do this wrong? Is it too big? Is this too big? I followed the freaking pattern. Does this look dumb? Be honest. Are my squares too big? I did 6 rows, I think. Should I have done 5? Okay, well, I definitely need to do some single crochets around the face here in a drawstring. Okay, maybe it doesn't look too bad, but I definitely need, like, if it was really cold, you need to cinch it in like this. Okay, well, I know what to do now. I'm gonna use, so I sized down my hook to do the ribbing, and I think I'm gonna stay with the smaller size to do the single crochet border around the front, just so that way hopefully my stitches stay tighter, you know? So I'm gonna do that. My yarn is good. It's definitely using it up, which is good, but I have plenty to finish this. And like I said, I did weave in all the ends that I did have, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'm just gonna connect my yarn and keep going, I guess. I just almost attached it to the wrong side, but keep doing this. Okay, I just did my first round of single crochet around here, and I think that I'm gonna do a little bit of decreasing. I think that I will decrease like every 3 to 5 stitches or something like that, just to bring it in a little more around the face. And then I'm gonna try it on again and see if we should put the tie. But I did one round of single crochet around there and just one single crochet in every single stitch around, including on the bottom there, and I'm glad I did that because I feel like it really just cleans up the edge like that. But yeah, I'm gonna decrease some rows to make it tighter around the face, and then we'll catch back up. This is inside out still, but I just want to try it on and see if I need to decrease more. Let me tilt this. Should I decrease more, or should I just do a final row of single crochet stitches? I think I should just do single crochet in every single stitch. So basically I did my first round of single crochet round was 1 single crochet in every stitch. My second row I did 4 single crochets and then a decrease. 4 single crochets, decrease. And now on my third row, I'm gonna do 1 single crochet in every stitch. And I think that that'll be good. And then we'll see if we should make a tie. This also needs to like be steamed, I think. And then it would be perfect. I just think that the seams are a little tight, so it looks silly. But I'm gonna do my last row of single crochet. And then I think we'll be done. And then I'll just have a couple more ends to weave in. Okay, I think it's done. I think that I must have just made this big, but I do have a tiny head, so maybe it's just big on me. But I mean, it's not too bad. Maybe like imagine you can see my hair. I don't look bald, but where's my hair? I feel like that's pretty cute. Yeah? Guys, I don't know how to feel about it, and I'm really sad because I was really excited about this project. But maybe I'm just being weird. I feel like I need to see someone else try it on. I mean, regardless, you would be super warm in this in the winter, so. And I like the colors. Okay. Well, I'm going to end the video here, but I will do a final recap later. But I'm gonna go get myself lunch and spend the rest of my day in bed. So, see you then. Okay guys, it is a few days later and I'm ready to show you all the final products. So I'm going to do like a side-by-side of the Pinterest item that we found and then my recreation of it. But let's start with the balaclava. Okay, here it is on. As you guys know, we went through a lot of emotions with this and I still don't know how I feel about it, to be honest with you, but I do think I will try again, maybe with different kinds of squares or a different kind of pattern maybe, but I think it's just, maybe it needs to be blocked, maybe it needs to be washed, maybe someone else needs to wear it because like I said, I have a tiny head and I just feel like it's big, but it definitely would keep you warm in the winter. So here's mine, and then here's the image that inspired this piece. I do love all the green colors, I must say, especially with my eyes. I feel like it makes my eyes really pop. But here's our first item. Okay, the next thing we made is this scarf. It's kind of scrappy, lots of colors, super cute. And this is the moss stitch, and I just like, I love this so much. But let me show you it on. Yes. Okay, so here's mine and the Pinterest picture that inspired the scarf. I think that it turned out really cute. I did not end up doing tassels on mine because I didn't want to. I didn't want to do tassels, but I do love how the scarf turned out. I think it's really cute. I think it's the perfect length. Yeah, I'm really happy we made this, and I definitely want to make more kind of scrappy scarves because I think that it just fits the vibe really well, you know? Okay, and the last thing that we made inspired by this Pinterest pin was this super long poncho. It's really long, really cozy. I think that this is actually like perfect size. Okay, this might be a little bit better. Ignore my sweatpants. I know it doesn't match, but just take a look at this poncho. I actually can't believe that the Pinterest one was like longer than this one. I think that this is the perfect length, and I think that I did a really good job making this poncho. I think this is the best one I've made yet. And this white yarn is so soft. So I'm really happy with it. Okay, so that is gonna wrap up this week's video. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. This was really fun. It's a really great way to get some new inspiration, you know, get the vibes flowing. I love all the projects we made, and if you're interested in purchasing any of them, they are available on my website right now. And I also have a custom order listing of the cardigans that we made in last week's video. So if you are wanting one of those, now there is a custom order option, which is super exciting. But be sure to leave a like down below if you liked this video, and also please subscribe. I would love to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and I have a lot of new subscribers, and I just want to say thank you so much for subscribing. If you guys have any video ideas, or if there's a certain kind of video that you love seeing me do, let me know in the comments down below, because I'm kind of starting to get in a rut. I don't know what videos to make. Do you want more challenge videos? Do you want more vlogs like last week? Let me know. Or do you just want like chill crochet with me videos? I want to try some new things. So if you have any ideas, let me know. And if you want to see any behind the scenes, be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I post there all the time. So if you want to see what I get up to in my free time, be sure to follow me there. Okay, again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.